The question was, you say, Alex, that we should approach up to 4 times, and that can be seen as needy. Says who?
Says other material, basically.
Who?
Just other material from the internet, which I read. Just basically, just the principle of not
going for the girls that you like?
Yeah, I
not standing up for yourself?
I'm just asking, it's like...
okay, well, the material that you should be...
depends on how you approach each time, and it doesn't seem needy, I don't know.
This is like, you're creating problems for yourself that you don't need, okay? Yeah. Remember, there's no reason why I'm not enough. Even if I fall over during the approach, okay? Even if you fall over and you're on the ground, you got to stand back up and you go again. If you create this projection that, oh no, I made a mistake, you should judge me badly, that's how the girl's going to perceive it, or a guy would perceive it if you bring that approach. Remember that with the approach, you're not trying to manipulate a girl into giving you her attention. You're trying to inspire her attention, okay? You're not trying to manipulate her. By doing this program, you're manipulating yourself in order to become better. Not even better, just evolve and become more mature and become more indifferent and become more fun and become more simple-minded and want to do more with your life so that the girl sees that this guy is a good product. He doesn't even need to do anything. I could have fun with this guy because he wants to have fun on his own, and because he's getting on with stuff in life, he has nothing to worry about. So there's no anxiety. Like some guys say, other material gives me concerns. Do you think a girl wants a guy with concerns, or a guy who doesn't care about anything? Obviously, the guy doesn't give a shit about anything, okay? So, and by the way, you should listen to the people who have coached boot camps for 10 years, 45 weeks a year with real students and have to demonstrate it live. Unless it's those people, ignore, okay? Go to the source first. So, persistence and persisting and chasing and enduring the girl with persistence, with not being low value or needy. Who says it's needy? It doesn't change the fact that you still have value. Imagine you're Steve Jobs. In this day and age, if he was still alive, okay, or Tim Cook, the other guy. Now, Steve Jobs is at the helm of the biggest electronics technology empire in the history of the world, okay? He's the man. He is the value. He has the money. He's conquering. He's annihilating like Samsung and Google phones, Nokia and all of that. So he has the abundance. And in this metaphor, I want you guys to think that you have the abundance. And why is that true? Because you can approach, you can stay in set, you've got an idea of some skills and social skills that you can use, you've got some experience, and for the most part, most of you already have had sex with 2, 3, maybe 4 girls, and that's abundance in and of itself. Remind yourself of that, and then you don't worry so much about scarcity towards sex. But as a guy wanting to get more girls or even more quality girls in your life, how do you then go and get that without seeming needy? How does Steve Jobs get the very best designer, like electronics designer, like kind of guy, to work for him without him being needy? If he wants to get the best designer from Samsung, does he need the best designer from Samsung? He doesn't need it, but he wants it. He already has the value and he feels that. And when he makes an approach, they call it in business a proposition. In this context, we call it an approach. When he makes that approach, that guy is going to get a reality shock. The girl is going to get a shock when you make an approach. It's going to be outside of her reality. She's pretty much going to be nervous, not even know how to deal with it unless she's very, very cool and very mature. So at first you make the approach, the designer is going to be like, I'm not sure. What does this mean? What's the catch? I've got a pretty good life as it is. The same goes with a girl. I've got a pretty good life as it is. I've got lots of options. There could be a catch here. You might not be as cool as I hope that you want you to be. How do I know? Consider that the first attempt. Then you go away, you respond to the email. In the field, you take on board the way the girl has reacted, but you respond, and then the courtship continues. You talk again, you keep chatting. You say, yeah, I understand that you got some concerns, it's no big deal. Let's get on with getting to know each other. The way that I do it is I take the girl by the hand and say, hey, let's get a drink. Let's go to the bar and get a drink. God forbid you buy the girl a drink, okay? I do it all the time. It doesn't matter at all. There's no reason why I'm not enough. Giving myself 3 minutes to enjoy a drink with a girl. I spend 70 kronas to get a drink. It's totally fine. And the girl realizes this guy's fine. He doesn't need me. He's having a good time like chasing me. this is interesting and fun. Now, even then, if any of you guys were in the position of the designer who might work for Apple, you're not going to just like quit your entire life here in Sweden or your college or whatever and leave and go there. You're going to be like, well, okay, well, I'll go with you. Or in the metaphor, the girl to go on a date with you, or to hang out with you, or to leave her friends to spend some time with you in the club. She's like, well, what about this and what about this, what about this? There's going to be some natural skepticism in unknown territory. When a girl reacts with that skepticism, it doesn't mean that you suck or your game sucks. That's how people react. So be patient with that. And don't let that undermine the fact that there's no reason why you're not enough. Then, after that third and maybe a fourth attempt, say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take you on a tour of the Apple campus. Give me your hand, designer man or girl in the club. Come over here. I'm going to show you it's good for you. And because you've got the abundance, because you're more established, especially in your emotions, and I never want to sound like misogynistic or like male power or something like that, but guys are really, really emotionally strong compared to girls. And this is from spending lots of time with girlfriends. They fluctuate more than we do. And as guys, we can help them to feel more calm and have more fun, okay? And that's called the man in their life frame. Look after, have fun, show them a good time, be patient when they have concerns so that they can have more of a good time. Imagine that frame when you approach as opposed to trying to score some box, you know, to write on the fucking forum. It's retarded and ridiculous, all right? And if you think that way, fair enough. I actually thought that way once at one stage, but you evolve past that, and that's why I'm telling you about it. I want you to start thinking that way so you can reconcile abundance and chasing your persistence. Then, once you take that guy by the hand and show him the campus, you take the girl by the hand and say, you know what, shut up, I'm taking you on a date. She's like, I'm not sure. You've just finished work, it's fine, arm on my hand, we're going to a wine bar, a cheese bar, walking around the streets, I don't know, your age, your demographic, what applies to that girl. And the girls say, when you do that, she's like, this is cool. He manned the fuck up. He didn't take no for an answer in the right way. And the right way is up to 4 times. 5 times, that means fucking no, don't do it, okay? 4 times rule. Internet meme, like a velociraptor with 4 fingers instead of 3. I'm so doing that. Okay, I'm gonna get some like internet guy to do that for me. And then like back to the metaphor, the designer is gonna say, all right, okay, let's talk about signing some papers. The girl's gonna be like, well, I would like to see you again. You're a cool guy. And that's when it begins to happen. That's how you reconcile having the value with chasing. Okay, and who says it's low value? Who says?
You're offering her a chance to be with you, basically. You have the higher value, so she wants to be with you. You're offering her a chance to be with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And think about that. Think about that, like, how fun is it if you were the boss of your company to court and to give away these good emotions to somebody whose life you could change? But you've got to be manipulating yourself first and become a person of value in order to have the ability to give away that value. How do you get the value? Do a lot of approaches, have a lot of interactions, get a lot of experience, so that when you approach that girl, you are so centered and so relaxed that that girl is never concerned when she's around you and she can trust you. And she knows that if you have sex, it's not going to be freaky, that you're not going to like stalk her or piss her off. That if you don't have sex with her, that you don't care because you can approach somebody else and there's options otherwhere, like in other places. And that's what's going to make her think, this guy's fun, there's no pressure, I like this. If I had my choice of who to hang out with, it's going to be that guy. And that works infinitely better than some kind of like practical, systematic game where you're trying to sell a girl on a used car that's shit. What we're doing here, okay, the Steve Jobs metaphor, you don't have to sell a free Ferrari. Imagine you're an amazing product. When you want to give away a free Ferrari, all you've got to do is make the recipient comfortable with receiving it. Can you realize how like retardedly different that school of thought is to what you might be thinking coming into this? That's how I think when I'm in the bar. And guess what? I get abused. Like, you're a player, think you're so smooth. You're like, I dare you will never come back. I've got all of this recorded as well, okay? Fucking Sweden. And you just endure. It's like, here we go. Here comes the old tests. And here it's pretty hard. But it's like when you see the girl give you a test and you don't react, you win the frame battle by standoff. okay? You don't win a frame battle. You don't win a reaction, who reacts more to who battle by doing something extra special or being super defensive. You do it just by holding your own, okay, by standoff. And then think of a time when you were young, like 15 or 16, and you're hanging out with somebody who you think is important or special, or somebody's company that you want to have, somebody like a girl or somebody cool, and you buckle. You get worried and you get scared and you get the butterflies in your stomach. When you approach a girl and you don't give up your frame and you just think your tests are kind of silly and funny and naive, which for the most part, when I meet a girl who's 22 and I'm 27, and this girl gives me these tests, it's just really cute. Mycket söt, right? I think it's really funny. And she then buckles on the inside, and that's kind of an excitement. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen. This becomes arousing, and that's what gets the girl kind of excited and drawn towards you.